Yes, let's make sure we give some credit where credit is due. Hey, shout out to Iman Shumpert, man.
I'm
You know what I'm
done.
saying? I gotta give my man Iman.
Nah, shout out to Aaron Pierre, cause
Well, he missed out on
I was
this
about to
too,
say,
right?
because Teyana Taylor has kind of done a big one. If you
Yeah.
don't know, she's kind of been in her acting bag. She was
Yeah.
in Tyler Perry's Straw, that
Mhm.
it made a big kind of splash. And she was also in a movie called One Battle After Another, in
Yep.
which she just won her first Golden Globe. That wasn't on my bingo card.
Yeah, I seen, we have millions of followers online, and so many people are so messy. So I'm not really into the whole relationship couple stuff unless they're like getting the divorce. Then I'm
Divorce.
like, okay, there's assets involved in this, or people are getting married and there's a prenup involved, other
Mm,
assets, family coming together. So
yeah.
there's a conversation about money to be had.
Yeah.
But people were emailing me and texting me saying that Aaron Pierre and Teyana Taylor broke up solely off the fact that I believe she got nominated for a Golden Globe,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he didn't like applaud her on
Okay.
his page.
Because they would usually.
Nominate you, a week in
Mhm.
advance or whatever, and then you go there and people find out who won.
Okay.
So because he didn't like shout her out and like go crazy, they were like, "Oh, they've
Go
broken
crazy.
up." I know this, that, and the third. He didn't shout her out, and then apparently he did something, and then people didn't shout.
Oh, and
She
she
didn't
didn't
shout
give
him out.
him a
So
congratulations.
congratulations to her. We don't want to make this about her exes, but I
But
did know about her like
breaking up with Aaron.
him because of the
The
nomination
the
of the Golden Globe.
speculation that maybe they're not together because they aren't doing the like public praise that they would normally
Yeah,
do. Because he
yeah.
was there for the whole rollout. He was a part of that
Yeah,
whole
and then
album.
once she got nominated, he didn't say anything. So
Right.
people were like, "Oh, they
Right.
broken up."
Yeah.
But shout out to Teyana Taylor. She's extremely talented. She's one of those, you know.
It's wild because you remember Teyana Taylor's Sweet 16 birthday and stuff.
I
That's when
didn't
she
know. I
was
didn't get
introduced.
introduced to Teyana Taylor
Oh,
from that.
that's what most of us did.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like the women. How y'all only get introduced to people when they start dating
I'm
somebody.
done. No, you didn't.
Yes,
Do not say that.
I think I started paying attention to her once she started dating Iman Shumpert because I was a big LeBron fan and Iman Shumpert was on LeBron's team.
Okay.
So when they started dating, I'm like, who is this? Oh, she's dope. Oh, whatever. I didn't really know her back in the Sweet 16 days. No,
I was about to say then you missed the error.
for sure.
But congratulations to her. And her stock just went up.
Yeah, stock definitely
Yeah,
up.
so you know what I'm saying? Like we're excited to see where she goes next. However, there was some criticism.
Yeah, I was gonna say she received some criticism that you kind of put me on game about. So I want you to, kind of break that down.
Well,
for us.
basically, the criticism was not necessarily that it was a bad movie,
Yeah.
but the criticism was more like the role gave very stereotypical. And I'm gonna be honest.
And give me some examples. Like what
Okay,
was
so
like what
I
was
didn't
going
see.
on
So
with the role?
the reason why I did not go out to see this movie as soon as it came out, I still haven't seen it. So just to let everybody know that, but. One, it was called One Battle After Another, and I
seen the clips of her
I'm
pregnant with the
tired.
gun, and I was just like, "What the fuck is
Yeah,
Teyana Taylor doing?"
I'm tired just thinking about that title. And then the role was actually her pregnant with, like you said, like a rifle or something like that. And then she was running. It just, for me, it seemed like I don't want to see
It gave struggle. It gave
or just like messy or just like a lot. I didn't want to see that necessarily.
So are you
So I
kind of
took my
clapping?
time.
You clapping that she won, but you still kind of side eyeing like
Because it gives Halle Berry like Monsters Ball when she,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and
Denzel Training Day. He had to be the
Monique,
villain, shooting 100
Precious.
people. Yeah,
Like
Monique,
so that's
yeah.
why it was like, okay, like could she have gotten this for a different role also? And I said this before, I think that I have not seen a role like this where you have your pregnant stomach out, you have a gun, and that person be like a white woman.
Yeah.
Every time you see like white women on screen, especially if they're supposed to be pregnant, portraying pregnant, is very like beautiful, very Virgin Mary, very majestic. It's very all of that. She's sitting here pregnant with a gun too, and
Okay, let me ask you this question: Is it because I know there's some white women who are villains in a lot of shows and a lot of movies? Is it the fact that there's not a balance between the black women that are shown on the ratchet, raunchy, overpowering.
Yeah, like
Not
white women get
and the black women don't get the soft life.
no, and get awarded for that stuff. So we do
Yeah.
have movies where you see that, but you're not going to, like, for example, you had what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence. Like, she was the
Yeah.
hero in, like, to what's it called? Hunger Games and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Yes.
Not that she was particularly soft, but she got to be the hero. She had to have, like, her own arc and stuff like that. So that's what people want. People want us to just not be celebrated for the characters that kind of over sexualize. And people were saying that this might have been an over sexualized role.
Yeah.
She didn't really understand it, but I can understand the criticism, because when you have your pregnant belly out, what does that give?
Yeah.
What does that give?
Yeah.
And so, but congratulations to
She
her.
did win. Yes.
I was about to say, and I don't want this to, like, taint. Like, this has nothing to do with her. This is a conversation
also,
that has been happening before her.
This is another conversation too.
What?
Like, Monique talked about how, like, when she won the
Oscar,
when
she
won the
Oscar.
Oscars, like, her stock went down because at first, this is how they trick black women, or this is how they trick a lot of people in Hollywood, but black women get the short end of the stick of it because they're the most vocal about it, so we can only know it from
and
their
Taraji
perspective.
has said something.
Taraji said, like, they always tell you, oh, it's going to be the next movie. The next movie. You're going to get paid on the next movie. Then the next movie comes up, and then I was like, okay, it's the Oscars,
no more money
it's
for
all
you.
of this and all of that. And now it's like, okay, I need my Julia Roberts check now. And now everybody's... and now they're going on to somebody else, or now they're like,
or
she's
Reese
hard
Witherspoon.
to work with,
I want my Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, I can't really see her in this role or that role. So now when it comes time for them to get their $15 to $20 million check, the check just never really comes.
But the other part about it too is when it's time to get that $15 million check, and you like, well, I want to cast Reese Witherspoon, and that's going to take this type of budget.
Yeah.
And I could just get any black girl.
Yeah.
It is also what
exactly.
they contribute, their talent it's not, it kind of gets diminished because it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't need an Academy Award winning Viola Davis.
And it's a crab in a bucket, because it's like, oh, Viola she won 10, she won an Oscar, she got all this box office. Like, we know we got to pay her 10.
We know we got to pay Viola.
But we know Taraji accept 5. She accept 5. She accept 500,000. She accept $1 million.
Yeah.
So, and like when Taraji was crying about that, I'm like, why did you accept 500,000? Like, and then now you're crying about it, but it's kind of like, well, you got to get paid for something. You got bills. And then as an actor, you want to stay active.
I think that's what it is.
And
I think
none of these people want to do their independent stuff. Like, it's a few of them that do independent, but like that's kind of frowned upon and looked down on. Like, I don't want to be independent.
You can't do too many. I would say a good, like, hiatus independent, like you doing like film festivals, is that's like artsy fartsy. People like that, and then you come back to the box office. Like Denzel Washington was doing a lot of plays at one point or something like that. But I think it's one of those. Where it's like, oh, we can just devalue you. Like, it doesn't matter that you won this award. We'll just get somebody else to do it because y'all all trying to get your foot in the door anyway.
It reminded me of I seen this talk about being privileged in America, and it talked about how men going to Ivy Leagues versus women going to Ivy Leagues is not the same. So you meet a white male from Harvard who, got his law degree. His, upside is through the roof. Mm-hmm. Then you meet a black girl who went to Harvard. It's like, oh,
she got a way to go.
You're going to be a wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be a great wife. It's like, why can't I be a great Supreme Court justice?
Yeah.
Why can't do this and do that and go up? But they say that a lot because a lot of times these women go to a lot of these Ivy League schools, and then they don't use their degree. They end up just being a mom, and that's kind of
just a mom.
I'm saying that because that's how women put it. Like, hey, just a mom. Obviously, as a man, being a mom is like phenomenal.
Yeah,
like we value that, but a lot of women in today's era are starting to say, "Hey, I'm a mom, but I'm also a creator. I'm a mom, but I'm also an author. I'm a mom. I'm also an actor. XYZ.
A scientist, chemist.
They're not letting being a mom stop them from going and get the bag and pursuing their career, which I appreciate. But it's one of those things. The same thing here is like, oh, winning a Golden Globe, winning an Oscar, winning a Grammy isn't the same for black artists or black
Yeah.
musicians or black
Yeah.
entertainers. It don't
It doesn't
it don't
equate
translate
to
to
the same
the
value.
bag.
It should, and
You
maybe
got to
it.
go independent
I
though.
was
I
about
mean,
to
even
say,
think about like a Kevin Hart or somebody like that.
yeah,
He got, I mean, obviously he got super rich, but he got even more bigger when he started doing Heartbeat Productions, doing his own films, acting his own stuff. You think if Kevin Hart, you think he was forced to do that? Probably. He probably like, shit, I want to do my bigger projects. I want to do this, and they're not green lighting my stuff. I got money. I'm gonna go do my own projects, and then he starts selling it to Peacock,
yeah,
selling it to Paramount, selling it to HBO, and that's how he made his bag. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
And
I
because
like the independent route.
I was gonna say, because he already had that name and that star power,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. And they underestimate, and to your point, I hope that Teyana Taylor does realize her star power,
Yeah.
and doesn't let somebody not wanting to pay her stop her.
And
So
you know, it's always the next person and the next bag and the next.